What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Dungeons and Distancing, Plague Winds of Ravenloft. We are here with apparently a bad connection on my end because a couple people are coming in pixely, but you know what? That's okay. We can make do. So hi everyone. Welcome back to
Hello.
D&D. How you guys doing?
Hello.
Good.
How are
Doing
you?
good. Groovy.
Well,
Hell yeah. Good to know.
Groovy,
Good to hear.
baby.
Good. Good gift. Good meme. Fair meme. So before we begin, as usual, I'm going to plug what it is we are doing. We are playing Dungeons and Dragons. The campaign is Plague Winds of Ravenloft. It is my own homebrewed twist on Curse of Strahd. So if you're familiar with Curse of Strahd, you might get a kick out of what we're doing with it. If not, then it's a completely new thing to you. And we are raising money for direct relief for COVID-19. Again, this is something that it's literally affecting everybody. So we have a Tiltify link down in the description that you can click on and you can donate if you have the money. But if not, no pressure whatsoever. We have a goal of $10,000 by the end of this campaign. This is session 2 of the campaign, and we're probably going to do somewhere around, I don't know, somewhere between 4 and 6. I'm guessing that's how long D&D in quarantine would last. So,
we hope.
and right now we are at 2,100. I said that was a weird way to say it.
Hey, all right.
$2,104.
Good job,
Which is great.
everybody.
So, be cool if we can get maybe to a good 3K today, maybe 4. Who knows? Who
Maybe
knows?
5,
Maybe
maybe
10, maybe 20.
Maybe 20.
Maybe
I know there's a
20.
whale out there.
Come through,
We're
Elon. Come
pulling
through.
for you. Come on.
Elon, your boy. Come on now.
My good friend Elon.
My good buddy.
Let me
send
call him. Hold on a
Let
second.
me send him
Hey, are you watching?
an SMS message. So, with
You can just
that,
respond to the TikTok.
oh, also, last time we had a couple technical difficulties with audio kind of going out of wonk, but, well, not but, it still might happen again, but what I found is doing just a couple clicks, we'll reset it, and we'll be right back on and pick up where we started. It only takes a few seconds. So, also, thank you for telling me my mic was very quiet. I forgot to put it back up.
Yeah, thank you for doing
Uh,
that.
So, with all of that out of the way, is everyone ready to get started?
Yeah.
I believe I am.
Okay. So, as this story goes, 50 years have passed since a horrible curse lay upon this land of Barovia. A story of a devil bringing turmoil and unending horror to the people damned to live here. Now, who knows if this is true? The people here seem mad, bored, eccentric either way. But all the 4 of you know is that you were just enjoying a quiet drink at a pretty empty bar.
Well, quiet is relative.
A
drink.
a drink, an
Uh-huh.
an intentional drink.
Mm-hmm.
When suddenly the entire place was burned down to the ground. And after speaking to the owner, you learn that this may have been due to the fact that it was owned by a race of people here in Barovia known as the Vistani. Now, you didn't learn much about them, but what you gathered is these were people who more or less preferred when this land was cursed.
Mm-hmm.
And this curse, which is now referred to as the Blood Era. After RORN, the kobold, was pickpocketed in a crowded marketplace, you followed the culprit into a creepy house known as Mad Mary's Museum, where you saw 4 artifacts on display, showcasing the strange tales of Barovian history. You found a jewel-encrusted bone known as St. Markovia's thigh bone, a bladeless hilt called the Sun Sword, a religious stone figure called the Icon of Ravenloft, and a steel sun of an emblem with a red jewel in the middle known as the Holy Symbol of Ravenkind. From there, you were quickly brought to attention a gathering of people seeming to be in a panic outside, where a medical worker, our heroes, and a cleric were sat beside a body that you got a quick glimpse of that at first glance appeared to be dead. But just before the tarp was pulled over her face, you could see that her eyes were wide open, staring off miles away, and her teeth sporadically chattering and clicking.
Mm-hmm.
And that is where we are now. You see that the medics are trying to hoist up and carry this body away.
Mm-hmm.
And we also found out that this wasn't. They said she died, and we found out. Someone found out that that was a lie.
Mm-hmm.
So I remember last time when we heard the commotion, we were having trouble getting through the crowd.
Yes.
Was everyone able to get through the crowd, or was only some people able to get through the crowd, or?
You were all pretty much able to get near enough to the front to see it.
Okay. Okay. Did okay, so this and I think somebody made a medicine check, didn't they? Was that me?
Mm-hmm.
To see and yeah.
Yeah, nothing seemed familiar, or this wasn't like anything anyone had seen elsewhere.
Okay.
Lesser restoration also didn't work.
It did not.
Which means that it is not certain things. It wasn't paralysis, I can tell you that. That much I can tell you.
Okay. So we're all still kind of just seeing this woman, right? This is sort of like we're sort of like still kind of taking this situation in.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't she dragged away?
That process is going on now. They're beginning to hoist her up on a cot and getting her prepared to be walked out.
Okay.
I want to just to the person next to me just go, it's a terrible thing. Did you see what happened here? Did you hear anything about what just happened? This looks grotesque.
He says to you, I'm not really sure what happened. We were walking by, and this woman seemed a bit sickly, and she was having trouble breathing and walking, and suddenly she went completely stiff and toppled over. And it wasn't very long before this crowd even got here. The medics and the cleric, they showed up almost immediately.
BOPHADES will point and say, "Gadzooks! What happened to that woman?"
A few people look at you. No one's really stepping up to reply.
I pull BOPHADES aside. Just go, come here.
Hey, he asked a question. What happened to that woman?
Yes, my small friend.
I have an answer for you. I really do. I really have an answer for you. I just need you to.
What is that answer?
Yeah, let's just go over here for a moment and just to try and pull him aside from the group.
Okay.
I'm still on BOPHADES' back. I'm just like, but I want to wait. We need to see what's going on. Wait.
It's okay. We saw everything. It's all right.
Okay. All right.
Essentially, this woman just started, having a hard time breathing, and then, according to the person that I spoke to, she collapsed, and she looked withdrawn in some sort of daydream of a haze, with teeth jittering like a nutcracker. It was.
Heavens above! We must save her! BOPHADES will immediately walk over, towards where the medics are going to.
All right. There we go, big guy. Let's go.
Okay. I follow.
A couple of the medics, as well as Well, no, it's just the medics. They kind of like block the path between you and the woman, and hold a hand up, and they say, they're just like, It's like, I'm very sorry, everyone. That was an unfortunate thing for you to witness, but please rest assured, the woman unfortunately had suffered a heart attack. It was out of nowhere, and no one could have seen this coming, but these things happen. Life is fragile and fleeting, and we must take this time to appreciate the lives that we get to live ourselves today.
Is that the one of the like medics that's helping this woman?
Mhm.
Can I actually roll an insight on that?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And then I have something after that.
I too.
Oh, that is a 20. Well, 19. 19 plus 1.
Dirty 20.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, dirty 20.
Dirty 20. I love it.
So
Yep.
I thought insight was intelligence, but it's actually wisdom.
Wait,
So
what? I thought it was intelligence.
Wisdom
Yeah,
makes sense.
yeah.
Mhm.
I always thought insight was intelligence, but it's listed as wisdom.
Interesting.
So I wouldn't have gotten a -1 that last time. But my bonus is still only 1, so it's not a big deal.
There you go. Yeah, with your insight, you pick up that there is information being omitted, and that explanation seems a little fishy.
Okay.
When he says these things happen like all the time or sometimes, I'm just gonna say, it's like, you mean this has happened before? To who? Where? Could it be happen to any of us?
Well, yes, the heart is a powerful and unpredictable thing, and at any point could attack.
I don't want one of those. Is it contagious?
No,
The heart is indeed powerful, but the heart also breaks when lies are presented. Lies of omission.
Well,
good to know.
a fantastic contribution backing up the point that I had made. Yes, very much indeed. But no, rest assured, this is not contagious. This is just an unfortunate thing that happened by sheer chance out here in the streets of our fine town. And rest assured, this woman was just in poor health and was just out trying to enjoy the last days of her life. But and he like just kind of leaves, or tries to.
You really don't do a lot of fibbing, do you?
Who's fibbing? I've never met such a man or woman. I won't assume. And keeps walking away.
Never you mind.
I don't.
Companions, assemble!
Right here, Bophades.
Yes, this is a great plan. I am on board with this plan.
Okay, Bophades will sort of like call them into a huddle, like with his arms. He's gonna like wrap his arms around everybody and kind of like bring them into a circle, but he will
RORN
not
leans
lower his
in
voice
from the shoulders.
Yeah. That man was leaving out information. Bophades could sense it.
Yes. Good observation.
So what do we do about it?
May chance Bophades and his companions should follow them.
I do not think this attack was something by chance. I feel like perhaps this woman was maybe targeted. She was, perhaps there have been these acts against the Vistani. Perhaps she was a Vistani as well.
Do you think them two attacks were related?
I think that if she in fact is a Vistani person, then we do have a connection between the two incidences, don't we?
Without knowing more about the woman, we cannot jump to a conclusion.
Well, I ain't sure what them Vistanis look like. Did any of y'all see if maybe she was one of them?
Well, she's one of them. They have chattering teeth, and they take naps out on the street.
But is there like a defining feature like Vistani and the non-Vistani in this town?
If there is, you wouldn't really be sure.
Okay.
You haven't really been given a description, and as far as you know, you might have met Vistani, you might have not.
Okay. Well, we know the barkeep was Vistani, though, right?
He only told you that the place was Vistani owned. He never actually said if
Oh,
he was
he
or
worked there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Hmm.
Okay.
Perhaps we should figure out who the owner of the establishment that burned down was and sit and have a little chat with them.
RORN points to the bar. Then
There's no
To
more
the
bars.
bar.
Yes, let's go to the bar. Absolutely. Yes.
the remnants of maybe he's still standing outside in shame.
Perhaps. I mean, perhaps the owner has come down to investigate the scene of the crime, perhaps.
So you want to head over to the remains of the bar?
Yes.
Okay.
Let's go, BOPHADES, for justice.
Onward. I guess if that's the conclusion that we're coming to, then I will go to. I will. Hang on. Let me do a character. BOPHADES will trust the opinions of his companions.
Okay.
I reckon I'm down to go.
Just so we can learn more of the Vistani. Maybe we could meet the owner of the bar.
Okay, so you head back to what's left of the Blood of the Vine Tavern. And it's been kind of taped off. There's a few people kind of like looking around, passerbys curious as to what went on. But for the most part, it seems like the situation is now in the phases of, okay, let's begin assessing and cleaning up. There isn't really any sign of the owner, but go ahead and everyone roll perception.
I'm good at this. I have a +2. I rolled a 5.
Okay.
What do I see?
12.
10.
With my squinty kobold eyes.
Yeah, you. Oh, BOPHADES, did you roll
Oh, sorry. What was this for?
perception?
Perception. Okay. I will do that. What? Oh, that doesn't make sense. Oh, give me a. Oh, it's not so bad. 18
Okay.
total.
Uh-oh.
Whoa.
Oh.
I thought
There
that
he
was you
is.
that closed it. They were like, okay, and you just closed the call.
18. Okay, show's over.
All right,
He's back.
Bye.
Okay, so BOPHADES, you notice a bit out of the ordinary. There's a figure standing just kind of very still, staring at the rubble and remains of the establishment. They're kind of, their face and head are covered, and they have more or less a cloak on.
Okay.
It raises eyebrows if you catch sight of them, but they're kind of tucked away in a corner between buildings, just kind of like lurking about, looking at the remains.
Okay.
I can't
Oh,
see
man.
shit. The sun's too bright.
BOPHADES! Wait, well, okay. Actually, God, it's so hard because I'm trying not to metagame this.
Mm-hmm.
All right. BOPHADES is remaining vigilant. He'll say that out loud, but he won't necessarily point as to what he will watch that guy, and he will announce that he is remaining vigilant, but I'm not going to look at him while I say that. This is about as clever as he gets.
Yeah.
This is like some Death Note stuff for him. He's gonna say that he's remaining vigilant, but he's not gonna look at the guy that he's noticing.
Good on you, BOPHADES, and then I kind of like pat him on the side of the face as
Yeah.
I'm writing him.
But I will definitely be paying attention to him and what he is doing.
Okay. So there's just people standing around kind of discussing, like, oh man, did you see what happened? What's going on here? Like, oh, I can't believe that, this place was like finally burned down. Just like the chit chat of locals. And that figure
Can't believe this
in
place was finally burned down.
and that figure in the corner is just still standing, still watching.
Did anyone else notice them, or was it just both of these?
Just both of these.
Okay.
Clearly, there's nothing here. We should probably go back to like the church or something.
Is the
Oh, go ahead.
is the bartender still there?
No.
Okay. Yes, it seems there's absolutely nothing here.
BOPHADES would like to examine this from a different angle. He's gonna like sidestep a step closer to where that guy is and see what he does.
BOPHADES, where are we going?
Why are you shuffling?
I need you to trust BOPHADES.
Oh, well,
I mean, clear communication would help with that.
BOPHADES is like gonna slowly start walking.
Okay.
Like not, but he's gonna do it like this. So he'll be here. So where is the guy in relation? He's like kind of off in an alley, you said?
Yeah, more or less.
Okay.
You are standing on the corner of the plot of land that is most
Okay.
out in the open, and then the opposite back corner is kind of surrounded by more buildings that
Okay, I got
he's
you.
kind of using to stay a bit more discreet.
Okay. So I'm gonna not take my eyes off him, but I will like side shuffle kind of like once every maybe 5 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
Like 1, 2, like kind of like that. And see what he does if he notices me.
I kind of just mimic him from afar with the side steps, just like from behind, like maybe about 15 paces behind.
Okay.
I'm on BOPHADES' back, so whatever he wants to do, I'm cool with. I kind of like climb on the back of his head and like I look upside down at him. And I'm like, BOPHADES, what are we doing?
He doesn't seem to react.
Okay. He'll keep going. He's not gonna respond though. This is BOPHADES has 2 settings. He's got on and off, and he's off right now.
This concerns RORN, and the moment he doesn't respond and he's quiet, RORN's like, oh, we in some shit now. So I just slowly get to the back onto the back and immediately shut up.
Roll perception for me.
Okie dokie. That is going to be a 16.
Okay. You notice that this time as you shuffle towards him, the figure you see some kind of reaction. If anything, it's just like kind of taking note, and he kind of tenses up a little bit, but doesn't move. He doesn't leave.
Okay.
What was the description of this guy?
It's very covered. Hood, cloak, very hidden.
But it's a figure. We can see that it's a figure.
Yep, humanoid figure.
Okay. How close am I? So I've been sort of shuffling my way over, but how close am I now? Am I slightly closer or like?
You're a good amount closer. You've probably like closed the distance by half.
Okay. In that case, now I will turn and walk towards him and see what he does.
He turns and starts walking away through the alley.
Run. I immediately take off after him.
Wow!
Like,
I just go to Sandor like, oh, here we go.
I hold on.
Okay. So you're booking it towards him, and you're chasing him through narrow alleyways. You're a good like 20 feet behind him, but you're able to keep eyes on him. You feel like you're just a bit faster than him because you're slowly closing the gap. He runs and behind him, he grabs a stack of crates that he runs by and throws them behind him. Can you make a let's go acrobatics check?
Could I do athletics instead?
You could do athletics if you want.
Okay, that's slightly better for me. Oh, still not great though. That is gonna be a 13.
Okay. So with that, rather than trying to jump over or, narrowly, nimbly wall jump, you just kind of plow through and the boxes more or less explode as you aren't slowed down and you just keep on trucking through.
As I'm running after him and like plowing through the obstacles, I'm saying, BOPHADES just wishes to speak to you.
Is this a threat? To BOPHADES.
He slows down. He's still jogging, but he turns around and is running backwards and puts his hands up. He just says, if we're just talking, we can talk.
Okay, BOPHADES mimics him, like, and also puts his hands up. Are we like slowing down?
Yeah, he's slowing down. He comes down to a slow walk and eventually stops.
Okay,
Goes,
okay. Well, all right.
What do you want to talk about?
BOPHADES wishes you no harm. BOPHADES just wishes to inquire why you were observing that burnt down tavern in a suspicious manner.
Well, it was an interesting sight to look at, and I didn't want to cause any trouble.
Insight.
Yeah, roll insight.
Come on now.
Also, really quick, I just want to throw this to BRB and restart the call because everyone's kind of low quality, so I want to see if that.
Oh,
fixes it.
Sure.
So literally 2 seconds.
Ooh.
Nope. Didn't fix it. That's okay.
That's okay.
That is okay. Anyway, so yeah, roll that insight.
I got a 19.
Ooh, okay.
I think I'm gonna get as good as that.
Are Sandor and I caught up? Are we okay? Just making sure. I want to know where I'm at.
Yeah, I was wanting to follow like at a moderate pace.
Yeah.
I got an 8.
Oh yeah. With both of those rolls, he doesn't seem to be lying. RORN, you think that there's a bit more detail to what he's telling you.
What do you think, my diminutive friend?
I'm just pawing at my tiny, stringy white beard and going, he's not being, I don't think he's trying to lie to us, but he's definitely keeping something from us. You can trust us. We're friends. We could be friends.
He, you know what? Roll persuasion for me.
Uh-oh. Oh, fuck. I think we do the friend thing pretty okay. That's an 8.
He says,
You can trust me, with a toothy smile.
like, I don't see friendship happening. Why should I trust anyone who would offer that?
That's a good point.
We don't get friends here. Not us.
But you could.
Go on.
If you would just open your heart to friendship.
But how am I supposed to open my heart to friendship in a world that has only betrayed me and proven me wrong to trust anyone?
You must be the change that you wish to see in the world.
Also, we're having a lovely conversation instead of getting violent with each other. Think that's fair.
BOPHADES, somewhat moved by your ideals and your speech, he lowers his hood, and you see he is human. He has tan skin and long black wavy hair and a black goatee. And he says to you, I don't know why I believe this lunatic.
Your guess is better than mine.
He's a good guy at heart.
He's proven his worth.
He's a pretty smart
BOPHADES.
lunatic, if I do say so.
He's definitely on to
BOPHADES
some things.
is friend to all.
That is, he helps literally everyone. It's quite impressive, actually.
That's true. I haven't had to walk 3 feet in this town. He's been wonderful. And I pat him on the back.
BOPHADES gives the thumbs up.
He says, well, you are the first good soul I've seen in a very long time here. And you said it was BOPHADES, correct?
That is correct. You stand in the presence of BOPHADES and his companions.
So there's like a second like pause thing too. Okay, got it.
That doesn't quite register with BOPHADES. He just sort of like kind of tilts his head a little bit.
Says, well, my name is Nimir. It is a pleasure to meet you.
BOPHADES holds out his arm like you know in Predator when they do that, like he holds out his arm like that.
He gives you a clasp and gives you a strong
And
clutch.
BOPHADES will squeeze it and sort of as like a, you know.
RORN sniffs the clasp and points and goes, would you happen to be Vistani?
He says, yes, I thought that was obvious.
We know what they look like. We know what they look like. I'm just slapping on BOPHADES' back.
Well, we ain't from around here.
It's true. We all strangers to this area.
So you are not familiar with Vistani, or you are not part of the traditions here.
Nope.
No, but these what traditions do you speak of? These sound interesting.
Well, in this sense, I was referring to you possibly trying to kill me because of my appearance.
Oh no. No. Ooh,
BOPHADES
bad
does not
tradition.
kill based on appearance, only on injustice.
RORN would hop off of BOPHADES' back at this point and walk up to this Vistani and just kind of opens his hood to reveal his kobold heritage. I understand being hunted down because of appearance. I would not do that to you, my friend. And then just offers a paw up to him.
He gives you a little handshake, reaches down, says, "Thank you, my friend. That is very kind of you."
Well, if we've is it true that you were just observing, or were you perhaps attached to someone at the tavern, or are you familiar with the establishment or the owners?
Well, I did not know the owner personally, but I had heard that one of the last establishments owned by my people was being targeted. And I was hoping that it wouldn't have gone out the way it did. And I simply went to pay my respects.
So are you saying that all Vistani businesses have been run out?
More or less, one way or another. Some of them out of fear. People quit supporting simply due to the fact that we run them. Some of them, like you saw, burned to the ground.
Rorn would turn to the group and be like, "Hey guys, we gotta do something about this Vistani issue.
It seems
These
to be
poor
very
oppressed people."
it seems to be a very complicated issue because as far as I understood, that Barovia was merely a legend, and here I am here. I've only read about it, and its existence was questionable in the books that I read.
BOPHADES looks the same, but he has like tears running down his cheeks, like big Studio Ghibli tears. Just
Oh no.
tales of injustice will not stand as long as BOPHADES still draws breath.
Yeah, I'm with both of these on this one.
Well, thank you. This is I've never encountered people who wants to stand up for us. This is strange. We haven't made friends in a long time. So
Well,
I'm
who do you think would have done such a thing?
almost anybody that believes the rumors and the lies. It could have been a number of people. I doubt this was anything even organized, or for all I know, this was some asshole with a grudge that likes to believe what he's told.
The rumors and the lies in which you speak of, do you mind divulging what those are, just so we can have a better understanding of where these attacks might be coming from?
Matter of fact, why don't we bring our new friend into a tavern or a restaurant or something and sit ourselves down, have a little bite to eat while we discuss?
Oh,
I
Rorn's
think that's
stomach grumbles.
I would like that. That sounds very nice. Unfortunately, anywhere here, I don't think well, I wouldn't want to call attention to us.
Well,
Yes,
where do
discussing
you
in an
usually
alleyway
wet your
space.
whistle?
Oh, is there a Vistani tavern?
No, the last one just burned up, remember?
What about another one? Is there another one?
No, that was the last one, I think. You just said it.
Oh, I'm so hungry.
Says,
What about Emmerich and his wife? What's her name?
Maribel.
Mhm.
Maribel, yes. We have 2 allies here in town who would certainly aid us with shelter and possibly sustenance.
They did promise bone soup, I think.
Ugh.
Mm.
Oh.
he says, well, I appreciate the offer, but I think it might be best if I were to head back home. I shouldn't stay in the village for too long.
Where's home for you?
Do all Vistani live outside the city limits?
He says, we live in secret. We live in the remaining magic we have left. But
Well, I don't
go ahead.
understand it. No, he's like, I don't understand it, but I'll respect it.
he says, if you'd like, I think somebody back at home might be interested in meeting you. If you'd like to come with me.
Why not?
He Roran looks at BOPHADES with like a child going, "Can we?"
Reckon I'd like to
BOPHADES
help a friend
believes-
in need.
BOPHADES believes we shall accompany you.
All right, well, then perhaps we should be off. It's about a 10-mile walk, so we have a bit of a trip ahead of us. But it's very safe.
That sounds very easy to do, and I just immediately climb on BOPHADES' back.
As long as we don't run, I'm okay with this.
10-mile
Hurons.
walk. You know what this calls for? Music. Sandor pulls out a jug.
Mhm.
Oh.
Hold
BOPHADES
on,
starts.
I gotta tune it.
BOPHADES starts ham boning along, along with it.
Nice.
Dade
Um,
just starts whistling along
Mhm.
some sort of melody.
I hop off BOPHADES' back and pull out my lute.
Ooh,
Ooh.
and
little
begin
band going on.
playing it along.
Namir pulls
Little
out.
Vistani marching party.
Yeah. Once you exit the city limits and start playing your music, Namir also pulls out a pan flute. And with his performance roll, you learn he's not very good. You
Oh,
have
yeah.
it.
I got not very good.
I'm gonna do that performance roll.
Yeah, roll performance for me.
Check this shit out. 11. I mean, that's all right.
Should
Yeah.
we all?
I think
Dirty
a,
20.
I think a jug doesn't there you can't really mess it up.
He knows how to play his jug.
Yep.
This
So-
is a
Drop the jug.
performance roll?
Yeah, for anyone who's
Oh.
trying to contribute to the music.
That's a 19. Nice, high
Ooh.
charisma. Yeah, I rolled a 16, but I got +3, so.
Nice. Yeah, y'all start playing a fun little traveling road tune, and y'all are vibing, and there's just like this instant chemistry of like, oh man, we all are bringing something good to the table. And then Namir starts
should start
blowing in the
that.
pan flute, and it's like borderline like record scratch equivalent. It's just like, oh no, this was so good, and he just kind of he's like,
Wow.
The notes are
Wow.
all crooked and jagged as they're coming out. Yeah.
mhm.
That was really good.
I'm still learning. I'm
What's
2 lessons
important
in.
is that you enjoy it.
I do. I enjoy it very much. Thank
Then
you.
play on.
What was your name, sir?
I'm Dade.
Dade. And the jug man over here.
You can call me Sandor.
Sandor. Fantastic. Well, I think the folks at home are going to take a liking to you. And you journey on through the old main cephalic road of Barovia.
Mm.
So it's pretty uneventful. You're walking a path that's pretty narrow and surrounded by very dense forest. It's a very long, winding trail. You hear various sounds of a couple birds chirping, maybe some wildlife critters trekking through the leaves, and it's actually pretty nice. It borders on the eerie side, but overall it's a pretty tranquil and isolated condensed forest. And you're just kind of making your way following your new Vistani friend.
Okay.
All right.
Is there anyone perhaps watching us as we're going? Like maybe like a scouting group or something from the Vistani?
Roll perception.
It's 22.
Okay. you hear you've noticed for the past maybe hour or so, every so often there would be abrupt scuttling of leaves.
Hmm.
And then they
Hmm.
would go away.
I just lean down to my my woodland friend and I just say, I believe someone's watching us, but I don't think it's anything to be concerned about currently.
Am I the woodland friend?
No, it's Sandor, sorry.
Oh, okay. No, it's like
I thought you were talking about me. Yeah. I reckon something's following.
And I just like tap him at one point when I hear a shuffling so that he can like recognize the shuffling as well.
I guess I'll just keep my druid eyes peeled. But I don't really have much to detect shenanigans.
I think it's best not we mention this to BOPHADES because he might shout.
Mention what to BOPHADES?
Are we still?
I didn't want to pay you too many compliments today because you've been so helpful and kind, and I really
BOPHADES!
appreciate it.
BOPHADES is happy to assist those in need.
And
Very
we're
good,
all in
BOPHADES.
need.
Yeah, as you mentioned that, Namir says to you, it's like, when you're traveling the trails, be sure to keep an eye out. The woods aren't as cursed as they used to be, but there's still a piece of trouble or two lurking about every once in a while.
So, if I were to tell you that I've heard shuffling every now and then as we've been going, was that something to be concerned about?
It's something to keep attention to, but it could just simply be something in the forest looking for dinner.
Does he know? Does he like? I want to know if he's like telling the truth or if like he knows there's a scouting party for the like wherever we're going.
You don't get the vibe that he's lying about this.
Okay.
He kind of conveys to you that it's most likely just something in the forest on the hunt.
I hop off of BOPHADES' back at that point and stay with the crowd. Weapons drawn just in case.
Could I do a survival check to find out more information by any chance?
Yeah.
Or
Go for it.
Okay, I'm gonna give it a shot. Oh no, 7.
Okay. Yeah, no, yeah, there's just some woodland creatures hanging out all over the forest, scuttling around as they do. Nothing out of the ordinary to you.
BOPHADES does not sense danger, but he will be vigilant nonetheless.
As
More
a
power to you.
outlander who lives out in the wilderness pretty frequently, I'm gonna go ahead and also roll a survival check.
Please do.
Just so I have a better idea of what might be out there.
Yeah, I'd say you roll at advantage because you might know.
Okay.
You'd know a good amount.
I got a 5.
Nice.
And then I got a 7.
Nice. Very nice. Okay, cool. Yeah. Definitely something.
Wow, woodland creatures.
Yeah. There's definitely something making noises somewhere. And you are able to hear them.
There's something out there.
I suppose with my druid senses, I might be able to, I don't know, assess something.
One more survival check.
Is it okay? Survival. Ooh, I'm super good at that.
Yeah.
9.
We're getting jumped so hard.
Doesn't that suck?
I can't wait to die on episode 2.
We're
and we'll
getting
like,
dinged.
Jumped so
This is my
hard.
best. This is my best skill. It's fine.
What a lovely walk in the woods. Squirrels everywhere. Oh, so nice.
So with your roll, you are able to guess that there is, in fact, something in the woods. Somewhere.
I've been telling you.
Everyone with your fantastic, like, nature background and insight on the wilderness know that forests often house
Creatures.
life.
Yep.
And quite often, they, in fact, make noise.
Yep.
Ain't sure if y'all know this about the woods, but sometimes there's critters.
Wow.
Oh my.
Just thought I'd let you know.
How interesting.
You know, it's
Dude,
funny
tell
that
me
you would
more,
mention
please.
that,
Go
because
on.
I was actually about to tell you the exact same thing.
There's
Great.
critters.
There's critters
Probably
out
what's
there.
chasing us is some kind of critter.
Absolutely.
Kind of almost saunter up that way.
Okay. He says, so when we walk in, give me a minute to talk to my friends, just so they know that there are not intruders here. Is that all right with
Understandable.
everybody?
Understood.
Great.
BOPHADES will hit his idle pose with his arms akimbo.
Dade looks and watches him pose, and then he also does a little thing too, just like kind of.
Okay. So with that, we are going to take a quick minute break
Okay.
for everybody
Ah.
to pee and get their refreshments. And when we come back, we will
Oh my
see
God, it's been
what
an hour already?
Yeah, we
Whoa.
will see what the
Big-
fogs have parted to. So,
Okay.
BRB, don't go anywhere. Oh, and reminder, check out the link down below if you want to donate. As a quick update, we are at $2,347.90. So let's keep it
Wow.
up, guys. Thank you so much. And we
Hey,
will
all right.
BRB. We're being right back now that Brett's back. BRB.
Hey, I'm here.
We
Oh,
are Brett.
be our back.
And we're back. Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Hi.
So, where were we? The mists parted, and you were following your new Vistani friend, Nimir, into what he's telling you is his home. So, these mists open up, and you are brought into what looks like a campsite next to a large lake. You see some carriages, a good 4 or 6 of them. 4 to 6. 4 or 6. You
4 or
choose.
6. Definitely
Uh,
not 5 though.
All circled around a large bonfire with some other people sitting around it.
Mhm.
And off probably a good 50 feet outside of the circle of carriages is a large tent with 2 men standing at the entrance. And he says, "All right, just be cool and you'll be fine.
Told these guys you were cool. You better be fucking cool.
I mean,
Be fucking chill about it."
we're the I mean, we're the coolest people that you've met in town.
It's like, that is very fair, and I hope I can convince them of the same. But
Yeah, Daddy-o. And I snap my fingers.
just be warned, they are very wary of
Mhm.
outsiders nowadays.
Worry not. BOPHADES is friend.
We've been very wary since we got into town. At least I've been.
To
With
all.
right, the pause. With that exclamation, the four which you gather are Vistani seated around the campfire immediately stand up, and their attention goes to you.
I just kind of gesture towards Namir.
He says, "They're cool. They're with me. They're all right." And a larger fella approaches. And you can see as he stood up, he was holding a really large stringed instrument, an upright bass, and he sets it down and walks up. Now this guy, oh, I put the book down. I had the picture.
Never put the book down.
Now this guy looks a little more intimidating because the friend you've been with is he's been a smaller fella. He's about like 5'10", medium build. This dude's a good like probably 6'3", 6'4", and he is much more stacked.
Oh, so he's slightly taller than me.
Yeah, indeed. And he has just a much larger presence, and he says, "Why are there outsiders at our home?" Nimir looks to him and says, Well, they are good people," and he immediately just like puts his giant Hulk-like hand over Nimir's entire face.
Oh no.
I immediately
just-
step in and go, whoa. Perhaps, maybe we can just simply discuss this. Namir, we were investigating the Vistani-owned tavern that has been burned down, and we simply are here to help. There's no need for aggression right now. Let's just have a talk.
He says, "The blood of the vine was burned down." Nimir he goes, "Shut up." And he kind of like just moves him aside, just holding him by his face.
Now, why are you so rough on your own kin? You gonna believe a bunch of strangers? Yeah, it burned down. I saw it with my own eyes.
We even tried to stop it.
And why would you try to stop it?
Why would we not?
Didn't seem right.
It was a nice pub.
They gave us drinks. They housed me for the evening.
I was thirsty.
And that is enough to you to stand up for it.
Sure.
It just seems to be an interesting situation. And as far as I'm concerned, there's no grounds for a tavern to be burned down. So yes, there was a certain amount of injustice that has occurred. Wouldn't you say, BOPHADES?
Where injustice is there, BOPHADES will appear to stop it. Where the downtrodden are in need, BOPHADES will be there to help them. Where evil is found, BOPHADES will be there.
It also seems like
Stop
you're being
it!
treated like shit.
Who is this loud one? Why is he so
He is
much louder?
BOPHADES.
You stand in the presence
One.
of
Two.
BOPHADES.
You didn't catch his name.
He said it like 4 times.
Both of these what?
Now that's what I've been wondering.
That's a great question, actually. You bring up a good point, friend. Who is BOPHADES? What is BOPHADES? What's a BOPHADES?
BOPHADES is hero to all, friend to all. Former nut salesman, current hero.
Well,
What a
about
leap he has made.
You friends with them wrongdoers that burnt down the bar?
Yes, are you?
Can't be friends with everybody, both of these.
BOPHADES is friend to only those who follow the path of righteousness.
Now there's the both of these I've known for 2 hours.
4-ish?
Both of these roll just flat charisma at advantage.
Okay. Oh, hang on. Where is my? Okay. That's gonna be a dirty 20.
Ooh, nice.
The big guy walks up to you and he puts, and like the size of this dude's hand is not truly comprehended until it's like within a foot of you. And there's just this hulking hand that grabs, it doesn't even like touch you on the shoulder. It like just encases the whole thing.
Okay.
And he says to you, I like this one. He's a funny man. Ah!
Uh-huh.
I'm glad someone sees the humor in it.
Both of these will smile and he'll do the the teeth like ding, like that's a very BOPHADES thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, this one needs wine. I like him. Somebody get him wine. He needs it now. You. And he points at somebody else at the campfire. He says, hey, fetch him wine. And she replies, I'm not your fucking servant here. You don't tell me what to do." He's like, oh, this is good point. I'll get him the wine. You make yourself comfortable. You are here. You are friends to the Lake Zarevich campsite. Enjoy your stay.
Can you
I wanna
spell that
nudge
for me?
Both of these. Oh, do that first.
Zarevich is Zarovich.
And you said Leg Zarevich or Leg?
Lake.
Lake. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Which at this point you can assess is the ginormous lake you are next to.
I think that lake is called Lake Zarevich. And I write this down I take out my tome and I just scrawl it down with a quill.
Oh, the skinny one's the smart one. I'm starting to understand the dynamic here. Very nice. You have a good synergy, good team comp. I like it.
BOPHADES and his companions face all injustices.
That's right.
Well,
Did he say his name? This large man?
he did not.
Well, then I'm gonna ask him. What do I call you, good sir? You big feller, you?
He's like, oh, apologies. My name is Boris, and these are my friends. And he points to 3 more Vistani around the campfire. Says
3 more
these.
Borises.
three. Boris, and
I reach out
Boris,
my hand
small
up.
Boris, medium-sized Boris.
Yeah.
Lady
Boris.
Boris. Yeah.
Lady Boris. Old Boris. He doesn't talk much.
He says, I am
She's Boris.
nice.
Bora.
He says, I am Boris. Points to another man sitting at the campfire, a little bit on. He's actually a shorter, very much elderly looking man.
Mhm.
Says, this is old man Dargos. He is well, you know, who cares about him? You know, he's last generation. He doesn't understand. And these two lovely ladies are Vasha and Nimira. And this is our home.
Pleasure to make
Enchanté.
all
And I
y'all's
kiss her-
acquaintances.
No, I don't do that. I don't do that.
So, he fetches y'all some wine. Serves up for whoever is
Oh.
indulging.
Thank you.
Need to
Finally.
tune my jug a little bit. Pour a little wine in there.
He's like, hungry. Is anyone in need of food?
Yes, by the gods, yes.
Both of these will partake in
I
your
would be.
food.
Much obliged for some victuals.
All right,
I will partake.
I will be right back with that. And he like deadbolt sprints towards the lake and just dives straight in. He just
Apparently,
And
it's
like-
going to be a fresh meal.
and a good 30 seconds goes by. Like just a concerning amount of time. And he emerges, just water like splashing off of his gigantic Vistani body. And now also apparently he's holding a spear now with 6 fish just kebabbed on them. And he goes, the dinner is here. We are having fish. I hope everyone likes fish. There's no dietary restrictions, right?
Mighty,
I like
mighty
shit.
efficient angler you got
I like
there.
fish.
Fantastic.
When you travel as much as we do, there isn't. Yeah, it's very hard to maintain any type of restrictions.
No one's picky.
Right.
I'll eat whatever you put in front of me.
Right.
Oh, will
He-
you now?
Well, so long as it's food.
So there are dietary restrictions.
Well, I eat food primarily.
This is good idea. Um,
Both of these diet consists of
Justice.
righteousness. Oh.
I knew it.
Very close. Very close.
I knew it.
oh, so at this point, you've noticed that since Boris has taken a liking to you, Namir is just kind of sitting quietly, sipping wine, and letting him do all the talking at this point.
I
He's
want to go
just-
to the old man,
Okay. You approach Dargos.
Dargos. Dargos, how are you this evening?
So this guy is like a good 3.5 feet tall. He's like tiny man. He's almost completely bald. He has one like white tuft of hair that's pulled back in a mini little ponytail.
Hmm.
And he's sitting there just kind of leaning his weight on a staff that's like twice his height. And he says, I'm not fan of outsiders.
I understand that. You are
Old guard.
you're steadfast in your ways. I understand this. I too am much older than I look.
Well, I get the sense that this here city might be full of outsiders that aren't fans of you, Vistani. So
That's-
perhaps if you welcomed in a handful of helpful outsiders, we could help you with that problem.
We tried that. People died. We stopped doing that.
That's
Uh,
fair.
That's why they
Well.
stay out there and we stay in here.
How many times have you tried?
What seems to be the hill that you can't quite crest?
What is this newfangled metaphor you're throwing at me?
What keeps stopping you and your people from coexisting with these people? Why do you seem to be outcasts from the town itself?
Well, when you are seen as the devil's chosen people, other people tend to not like you.
And is that true?
It is true that they don't like us, yes.
No, the devil's chosen people. Is that true?
Depends who you ask.
I'm asking you.
Who are you?
I am DAEDE.
I don't like outsiders. He takes a sip of his wine.
A toast to the Vistani and their plights and their struggles, and to someday overcoming them.
Boris interjects and cheers you really hard, like, here, here, to that friend. Cheers.
Mm. Mm.
Well,
Hand
way I see it.
drinks
You're
the
only an
drinks it.
outsider till you're an insider.
He does make a fair point.
Boris looks to y'all and says, so what is it that brings you to our humble home? What is it Namir saw in you that deemed you worthy of Vistani entrance?
Well, BOPHADES is quite charismatic, and he has a sense for pursuing justice and defeating injustice. And well, he feels a great sense of injustice has been dealt towards you and your people, and he offered our help.
There is quite injustice happening, isn't there? We have been treated so poorly since the curse was lifted. And it was not even our fault.
I've read about this curse, and I understand very little of it. Are you able to perhaps expand upon its meaning and what happened?
Well, I wasn't alive for most of it. I was born after, actually, it was lifted. So all I have known is the hatred shown towards my people. I wasn't even there. And yet, people look at me, and they think, look at this wretched, this cursed devil child. And I'm just like, oh, it is Boris.
No, it is Boris. It's just Boris.
It is. It's just Boris. And I don't understand it. The older ones, they won't tell me much about it, unfortunately. But all I know is that it was a hard time, and yet for us it was better. Somehow. It wasn't like this.
So, to my understanding, is that when the curse was upon this land,
Mm-hmm.
it was better for you, but worse for everyone else? Why did the curse take your favor over everyone else?
That is a question I cannot answer. I don't have this knowledge, and I was not around for it to know what really happened.
I wish Dargos would open up a bit so that we could further understand what happened here.
He's a stubborn old man, isn't he? And he gives
Comes with
Dargos
age.
he gives Dargos a nudge, and he just kind of without really unmoving his position, just kind of topples over.
I try and pick him back up. Upright him.
There.
Dargos is the older guy,
Mm-hmm.
and he said that the curse was lifted before he was born.
No, Boris said that.
Oh, Boris said that.
Mm-hmm.
How old does Boris look?
Boris looks to be in his probably late 20s, early 30s.
Okay.
And Dargos is anywhere between like 50 and 90.
Oh,
Hmm.
he's way old. Okay.
Mhm.
Still younger than me.
Yuck.
And he is as far as we can tell, Vistani.
Yeah, you gather that this is like a Vistani home. Everyone here is.
Yeah.
Hmm.
That's what I figured.
Well, we can set these topics aside for the evening. Let's rejoice and, converse of lighter topics and drink and, indulge in revelry.
Hey, y'all want to play some music?
Like,
I think that's a brilliant idea.
I like that we formed a band at this point.
Y'all,
mhm.
you got
We-
time to breathe? You got time for music.
Play.
everyone roll performance, including Boris.
A 2, 1, 2, 3.
Hmm.
Natural one.
Well,
BOPHADES gets a 15 on his hambone check.
Okay. And Dade, what'd you do?
12.
12.
16.
All right. Everyone starts playing a fun little improv jam. Sandor, your jug is like just a couple ticks out of tune, but we're so far into the song already that it'd be an awkward time to stop in tune, so you just kind of roll with it, and everyone kind of takes note of the slightly sour bass notes coming from the jug.
Now, can I tell if it's flat or sharp?
It is sharp.
So I need to drink some.
Mhm.
This guy's
There we go.
This guy's not that good.
When there's a rest, I want to take a quick sip
Okay.
out of my jug to tune her down a little bit.
You do that. Roll another performance check.
+0.
Nice.
11.
Okay. You managed to keep up. You're a bit more in tune, and everyone's playing a nice little tasty jam around the campfire.
Nom nom. Tasty jam.
Mm-hmm. And it is at that point that the music is interrupted by a voice coming from just outside the circle of tents. And you hear it sounds to be an old woman's voice. And it says, "What the fuck is all this ruckus? Do you have
Sorry,
any idea what time it is?"
No, we've just been playing since we've got here and having a good time. I'm sorry if it's been disturbing.
BOPHADES
Anything?
looks over.
Somebody's got a bug in their britches.
Would you like to join?
BOPHADES looks over but does not stop hamboning. He's still,
Like that both of these is ham boning.
yeah.
What?
Ham BOPHADES.
Nice. You look over in the direction of the voice, and you see that there is an old woman poking her head out of the tent
Mm-hmm.
that's by the lake just outside the circle of carriages.
Is this the one that has like the 2 guards to it?
Mm-hmm. And she says, "Who brought outsiders home?" And then all the Vistani immediately in unison just shuffle and point at Namir. And he's just sitting there like, that would be me. She gives a loud huff and a sigh. And she says, "When you're done, outsiders, You come here.
Are we effectively finished right now?
I
or-
think we're good. Yeah, I've lost my place in the crazy beat we've made. And I put
the melody's gone.
yeah. So is the mood. I whisper.
It's a better time than any, I suppose.
BOPHADES is sort of like softly ham-boning now. He's like not really.
He's still got the music in him a little
He's
bit.
still got it. Yeah.
Okay.
But-
So do you head over there?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
sure.
Mm-hmm.
I just kind of like take both of these hands and I kind of do one of these, which is like. Shh, shh, shh.
Oh. BOPHADES will continue this another time.
Yes, indeed.
Okay. So you all walk over to this tent that's next to the lake, and the guards there allow you access. They pull up the tarp to enter. And you see inside is this candlelit tent with no chairs or real seating. There's just cushions on the floor around a table with a large crystal ball. And it's there behind the crystal ball. You see the old lady. You get a better look at her. She definitely looks Vistani as well. Her long black wavy hair is mixed in with white and silver as well. She looks to be probably somewhere in her 50s, maybe 60s, something like that. And she's kind of huddled, sitting cross-legged at her pillow in front of the table, shuffling cards. And just, come in, sit down.
I take a seat on my cushion.
I sit on the dirt.
There's no dirt in here.
Oh, I thought I don't know why.
Oh shit! There's actual cards. Holy cow!
Okay.
I sit on the cushion.
BOPHADES will kneel.
She goes, I like that. That is respect.
Sandor will plop his little butt down on the ground.
She says, and she's not really giving you much eye contact. She's very focused on the cards. And just, who are you and why are you at my village?
Well, we were invited.
That's true.
You were invited, you say.
Yes. I feel like your people has been given a great injustice, so we came to visit.
We
Right,
haven't
Mark.
had a visitor in decades. Why should I believe any of my children would have brought you here?
We're here?
We mean you no ill will. We are simply here to assist with any wrongdoings that may have occurred.
Why?
Because it is the right thing to do.
I'm with both of these. It's the right thing to do in a world of injustice.
You come to Barovia, but you believe in the right thing to do. No one here believes in the right thing.
But we are not from here.
Reckon that's what's going wrong.
We're just travelers passing through, Barovia included.
So, tell me, what brings you here? And why here?
Just passing through, I suppose.
My business is my own, but I have to be staying at a tavern here in Barovia. And suddenly, it was attacked by flames. Tried to stop it because anyone who houses me for the evening deserves my assistance. And we came to know that it was a Vistani establishment. And it seems that there is no motive for the establishment going down other than it being Vistani. And I believe that doesn't sit well with any of us.
The blood of the Vine Tavern has stood for hundreds of years. And I find out today that it has been burnt to the ground because it is one of our own. And you also see that as injustice, correct?
Reckon
Yeah.
so.
Now, you have my curiosity. What think you of these plague winds that have befallen the land?
Now, that's a combination of words I ain't heard yet.
Perhaps you can elaborate on what these plague winds are.
Oh, you don't know. That's interesting. Okay. She kind of... You notice this whole time as she's been shuffling, she'll shuffle and she'll lay out a card and then immediately put it back in. And she says, something is happening and we are to blame. Well, not we are to blame. We are being blamed for it. People are getting sick. People are falling ill to a strange disease. And guess who catches the blame? All of us.
Do you speak of the strange paralysis with the chattering teeth?
I have heard that these may or may not be some of the symptoms, yes. She lays down another card. Puts it
What
back.
is it?
Roll perception for me.
12.
Okay. You see it's a woman holding what looks like stars before she puts it back in.
Would have I read anything like upon that, like understanding what that meant or what this deck might be?
Yeah, roll history for me.
That's a natural one to bring it to a 4.
No. Never
I
heard
don't
of
understand
anything of
that.
this.
Do I just gather that it means something and that's it?
You gather that she laid down a card that had a woman holding stars on it and immediately put it back.
Okay.
She says, yes, these are some symptoms of said plague winds. And yet, we know nothing about this, and we are catching all the flack.
Well, what all do you know?
In what regard?
Well, who's getting sick? Why? How often? Things you might need to know about a plague.
It's apparently been at completely random. Who knows at this point? Hundreds may have been affected. It's hard to tell. They're not giving us all of the information that is there. All we know is that people are getting sick, and any time anything goes wrong, we here get blamed, and all we can do is hide in the mist.
To blame a people for a disease that they did not cause is unjust, and BOPHADES will not stand for it.
Says, yes, I agree. I agree entirely. You! What was it? BOPHADES.
BOPHADES!
Says,
He just says his name.
mhm. Says, you understand justice.
Justice is BOPHADES' first language.
Very impressive. What all do you know of the curse of Strahd?
Can I roll a history check?
Please do.
Me roll history.
Hmm.
Oh boy.
21.
Ooh, okay.
2.
Okay.
12.
12. Sandor doesn't know about the Curse of Strahd. He doesn't.
Dade, you've read that it is a very, very popular legend of a supposed domain of dread that was caused by an angry devil.
Okay. Well, I've happened across the information that
Mhm.
it was a domain of dread
Mhm.
caused by an angry devil.
Mm. She says,
Other beyond that, it all seems to be shrouded in myth and whispers.
she pulls another card, lays it down.
I watch.
You see it's the same card. And she puts it back. And she says, the Curse of Strahd is a tale of heartbreak and betrayal. I won't bore you too much with details, but there was a great man named Strahd von Zarevich, a war hero who was betrayed. And in his despair, supposedly, his anguish and his anger were so great, it overcame the land in which he resided and created these, what's been written as myth of Barovia, a land that knew nothing but despair and death. Its residents were mere shells of people. Half of the population were soulless, and the other half were even less fortunate because they felt the fury and the depression that was his curse. And this curse lay for no one knows how long. Hundreds, thousands of years, who knows? And in that time, this devil, as they want to call him, Strahd, chose us as his favored people. Now, we did not choose this life. One of ours helped him. So he developed somewhat of a soft spot for us. treated us with a little more favor. Many, however long later, the devil was slain, and the curse was lifted. And suddenly, this domain of dread, this demiplane of hatred, was on the map of Faerun.
Just overnight?
It's hard to say. Anyone who was alive during the fall of Strahd can't seem to agree on how everything happened. Some say the sky was filled with a green glow, and suddenly the atmosphere changed. Some people say they woke up one morning and suddenly there were visitors and passerbys. Who knows? But all we know is one day, our home was part of a much bigger world. And since then, all we've tried to do is fit in and figure out where we belong here. And it was hard enough being a resident of Barovia. But let alone the chosen people of this devil, as they say. Well, we immediately were met with not the warmest of welcomes. So, we did what we could, and we went into hiding, living our lives, wishing for better treatment.
BOPHADES is listening to this story, and like once again, the Studio Ghibli like tears are rolling down his face, just like he's listening to this tale, and he can't keep his sadness inside of him. Your tale of suffering moves BOPHADES. BOPHADES will do what he can to clear the name of your people and help you.
Myrtle,
Whenever
nod.
you need.
Yeah, Rorn will give a nod and says, well, I'll fight alongside you, both of these. These people have suffered a great injustice.
It is a tragic tale.
Now, what you're telling me is this fellow Strahd was so ornery that he went ahead and made everybody around him equally ornery, and now y'all are getting blamed for it.
More or less, yes.
Don't seem right to me.
Doesn't seem right to any of us, and yet, that is the world we live in right now.
But
She-
what can we do?
Yeah.
She pulls another card, puts it back in. Dade, you see that the 4 or 5 times she has shuffled the deck and pulled the card, it's been the same one. She says, "You really want to help? Or is this just something else for you to do? Are you bored? What's in it for you?"
BOPHADES
just-
requires no payment. The only reward is doing a good deed itself.
Do I hear anything from the fable? Just, yeah.
No, you do
Okay.
not.
Okay.
Well, the way I see it, there's a natural order of things, and what seems to be happening at this very juncture is that natural order is being quite disturbed. And I do believe I'd like to have a hand in fixing that.
I'm
I'm just a nomad, a traveler, living my life, waiting to die. I might as well do some good while I wait.
Says, "Hmm. Well, perhaps if you can figure out what is happening with these plague winds, maybe some kind of order will be restored to our people. A life in hiding is not a life to live. This campsite you've seen, this lakeside retreat, this little vacation spot, I'm sure you saw before coming in here.
Yes.
We have been here for 50 years. 50 years we have known nothing but this small circle of trust we have. For once we step out there, we are immediately at risk. To be Vistani in Varovia is to walk with a target on your back. At least for us. But there are others that have chosen to live a life of more risk. Others that my vision cannot see.
Well, perhaps we could be your eyes, your moving hand.
Hmm.
Do things that the Vistani can't do on their own without raising suspicion or causing, I suppose, trouble amongst those less educated.
Perhaps you can. She says, if I entrusted you with a task, with a little somewhere to get some insight, could you do this for me?
I think
Bo-
so.
BOPHADES will help.
I don't mean to be rude or selfish, but may I ask of something from you in return?
Do you have
And if
something in mind?
As I've mentioned, I'm a bit of a traveler. And we were going to stay in the city, but with the great injustices that have been dealt with your people, I don't trust it. I barely trust the people there. It
As
seems
you-
those of higher power are even beginning to lie about it as well. Would it be possible that we would, while we're here, stay with you? Stay in your camp, your settlement.
You agree to help us. That will make you one of us. And our home is your home.
Then let's do it.
Reckon I could use a place to lay my head.
It's been a while since I've had a place to stay for more than a few days.
And it's so peaceful and quiet and hidden away.
Well, that is all thanks to the leftover powers that Strahd has left on us.
Sounds like a real great guy.
Some might disagree. But to an extent, he's a complicated man. But overall,
So he's just a man.
at one point.
What a nice gentleman this Strahd is. I wish I got to know him.
BOPHADES believes that no one is beyond redemption.
Well, Perhaps if you die before you are redeemed, then maybe. But regardless,
Bobby tries to think about that for a minute. He's like,
Oh.
and just sort of gives up on it.
Oh.
So what did you have in mind that we could help you with?
Well, for a while, when I took over the position of Madam of the Vistani, the cards have always served me well, as they served my predecessor, Ava. She showed me her ways, and I've kept them in practice, and they have continued to be consistent and all-knowing. However, about 5 years ago, they began to what I thought was fail me. But thinking more about it, I think their message has changed. She shuffles it again. And she's like dead set on these, and she's like shuffling as thoroughly as she can. She's got some kind of like whack system to RNG this shit to the best of her abilities. And she holds it out to who would be sitting directly in front?
I
know.
would, because I've been staring at the cards, just trying to figure out what the heck
I
she's
think it was
doing.
Rorn.
Okay. She holds it out. She holds out the deck and displays it. She goes, "Take one."
As a keepsake?
No, just pick one.
No, you cannot have it.
Oh,
I would. Oh boy, Ron kind of looks around in a panic. Just goes, "That's what?
I just kind of nudge him a little bit on the shoulder. Just
Is it? Well, the dead center one is the obvious one. I'm gonna go right,
and I pull the one that's like not the rightmost card, but like a couple of cards from the right, and I
Okay.
am like, this one. This has to be it. Oh, I hope I picked right.
All right. You pull a card, and it is a, let's see here, woman holding a set of stars. I'll hold that up for Kat to see as well.
I stare at it and I go,
Did I win?
She goes, "Is it a woman holding stars?"
Yes.
She's like, "As thought."
what is the significance of the woman holding stars?
The Conjurer is a card that marks the mother of the devil.
Oh, no.
The devil is bad.
It is BOPHADES. Oh, I'm so sorry. Did I pick wrong?
No?
Both of these looks around, like nodding, like,
She says, "You picked all you could pick because for many years now," and she like shuffles it again, pulls from the middle, "this is the only fucking card that I draw."
Well, hold on. No, that can't be true. BOPHADES, why don't you pick a card?
She shuffles it,
both of these,
holds it out, just like,
yeah. Both of these will reach in and draw a card.
all right. You reach in, it's just same card.
Both of these claps. Amazing!
I don't think that was supposed to be a trick.
I don't believe during this exchange, we've received your name.
Oh, of course. Can't believe that got completely past me. I am Lady Sandra, and I lead this camp, and I see, or at least used to see, all that happens here in Barovia.
Lady Sandra, what is the significance of you drawing the same card over and over again? What does it mean? Even when we draw the same card.
Well, it tells me that all roads in Barovia's destiny now lead up to one thing. And there is no way around it. And that is the mother of the devil.
The mother of the devil. Yeah. And do you suspect who that
devil!
might be?
Is bad.
Thank you, BOPHADES. Very good. Daedal,
Have you
that-
tried?
Oh.
Hold on now. I think we can fix this now. Have you tried drawing 2 cards?
Yes, I have. Would you like to try?
He just
I just nudge Ron again.
Rory. Rory's sitting there like,
It's the same card. You get the same card both times, do you? You get the same card. Ah, this devil's curse. That's not good. 3. Have you tried drawing the cards, but they were flipped upside down so you could see what you've drawn?
Well, at that point, it's not a real drawing, so you just
Ah.
see the deck as it is.
It's over me. I don't know. I don't understand. I don't get it. So we have to. Oh no. Oh.
and he just
Roy just looks down.
I reach out and I'll take 2 cards from the deck at one time.
Okay. You put the DM in something unexpected.
sorry.
No, it's a good thing. I like it.
Roran's a simple man.
Ron gave DAEDE an amazing idea.
Okay. Where from the deck do you want to pull, since we're not in person?
Dead center.
Dead
Dead
center?
center.
Okay.
Oh, as close together as possible. It's very unlikely that there'll be 2 of the same card
Yeah.
and that they would be together as possible.
That's
The
why I was
odds are
drawing
just
2 at the same time. Yeah.
ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous.
Excuse me. I have something to look up.
Oh my god, did I just end the world? That would be really unfortunate.
Fire and brimstone cast from the sky. Oh, damn it.
Strahd himself rises up from the ground.
Okay.
Hey, it's
Roll
that
for
cool
initiative.
guy. It's that cool guy.
You draw the same card for the first one, the Conjurer.
Mhm.
And you draw a card that she tells you is the Avenger. It is a woman in armor holding a sword. For those of you watching there, and those and then in the chat.
Okay.
And she says,
Yeah, we did it. We broke the curse.
okay, well, that's different. Normally, when I draw 2 cards, it finds a different way to put me through some kind of pain, so I can't draw a second card. So that's an update.
And
But
what do
she's
you make of this?
the Avenger will lead you, and I don't even know if it's still there, but there was once a man named Vladimir Horngard. Now, in the past, when we would draw this card, this would be the location of treasure. But all treasure now is located in Mad Mary's museum. So I don't know why it would tell you to seek out Horngard. But as
He
far
says
as... Go ahead.
Oh, you says it tells you the location of treasure.
Yes, The
So perhaps you have stumbled upon some sort of treasure in us.
Oh, you think highly of yourself, don't you?
I think the gods think highly of us.
Fair enough, fair enough. Well, regardless, Hornguard was brought up, which is strange. But apparently the cars think there is something there. Because many of these cards were used to tell you where the location of treasure is. So all it's saying now is there is some significance to him. But as far as the conjurer goes, the mother of the devil seems to be what every road points to.
I got it. The mother of the devil is Mad Mary, who burned down the bar.
And Brorin
Mad
nod-
Mary, that fiend!
And Brorin nods, proud of himself for figuring it all out.
Well, she tried to kill me not soon after. So I reckon your story checks out.
Mad Mary has been dead since before I was born.
Not according to him.
Sandor, could you describe the woman in which you saw in the
Well.
home?
Well, I went ahead and I snuck upstairs, up through the window, and I seen an old lady in a rocking chair, sort of spacing off into the mist. And then when I come in there as a raccoon, and she weren't paying no attention to me, so I bit her. Then she come at me with a broom, nearly killed me. Seemed like mad enough Mary to me.
But Sandor, what did she look like?
I describe what she looked like.
You describe a woman in a kind of a tattered, faint lavender dress. Specifically, her hair was up in a bun in the back with her bangs pulled very tightly to the side. Is how you describe her. And after you give that description, she says, "This is similar to somebody else that I've not seen in a very long time.
Oh. Who?
This
Don't bury the
woman,
lead.
her name is Gertruda. She is the daughter of Mad Mary. I am surprised she's still alive."
Could that have anything to do you think, with your card drawing conundrum?
No. Gertruda was powerless on her own. She was what the youngers are calling a Strahd fanboy. She just took a liking to the devil and was obsessive and fled her home to pursue love with this devil. She was a silly girl.
What about her mother?
Oh.
Did
Her
she perhaps was she interested in the so-called devil as well?
No, Mary actually very much despised the devil and resented him for taking her one and only daughter away.
Which is Gertruda?
Yes. Now,
So
if
Mad Mary is the mother-in-law of the devil.
So is Gertruda the daughter of the devil then?
No, she was just into the guy.
But if he took her under his wings,
it was not a real thing. He more or less indulged in someone who took liking to his ways, but
He took advantage of her.
more just used her as a pawn, a plaything in his castle, but neither Gertruda nor Mary would be the mother of the devil.
Hmm.
The conjurer itself tells me that it is the woman who claims mothership of Strahd. And like as she's like looking at the card and she kind of just like rubbing it and she kind of like winces and you can see her posture kind of change as she starts giving thought to this individual. She says, "A wretched old woman. Absolutely batshit. Baba Lysaga. She claims to be the mother of the devil."
BOPHADES holds up a hand and says, "The devil is bad."
Bad, yes. The devil is bad. Yes, that is what many people would agree upon with you. Yes,
In this case, the devil is Strahd
correct.
in all these tales.
Correct.
So we're looking for Strahd's mother.
Hmm.
And she is a power that goes beyond what I can see. There are many things happening in Barovia nowadays that my eyes and my vision cannot see. The cards, they seem to think she is of some importance to the Plague Winds. But I warn you, if you, in your journeys to help us, meet Baba, you must give everything. All the willpower, looks to BOPHADES, all of the good charm, and all of the intellect you have to offer to not engage with her, because she will crush you where you stand. Like ants invading her meal, and think nothing of it.
All right.
So what have you of us then?
Well, needless to say, no one here at my camp has any kind of enough balls to see Lysaga. But perhaps you are different. Perhaps you can talk to her. See what's
I think
happening.
I think perhaps we should take this a step at a time. I do not think that we should go running into some greater being in which we would have a battle of wits with. I think we should work our way up to that. What's a good place to start for solving this problem?
Well, and she shuffles the cards again. She pulls. It is the conjurer once again. And she sets it down. And she shuffles again. And she pulls another card and looks at it. And says, "The cards are deciding to be a bit more talkative today. I've heard rumors that those who venture to Castle Ravenloft have been suspected to have been the connecting key to those affected with the plague. Castle Ravenloft is formerly where Strahd called home.
And Castle Ravenloft is bad? He looks in sort of like inquisitively.
Depends where on the line you stand.
I think we perhaps need to speak with those who have visited Castle Ravenloft then.
Perhaps you can?
I think it's a good starting point. What do you think, Ron?
I suppose so. I lost what I was doing when I assumed Bad Barry was the mob. But I'll go wherever you guys go. I think it's
Sandor?
a good starting point.
Well, I'm surely in a mind to help. That's where we start. That's where we start.
I'm open to suggestions, but this seems like a good lead at least.
That would be a good place to start.
Well, let's check out the sights and sounds and go to Castle Ravenloft.
You're a spunky bunch. I like you. You might do something good here. Or you'll all die. Who knows?
Oh, before we
Well-
die, can we go ahead and take a nap?
Please, make yourselves at home here at the campsite. Our
Bophades
home
will
is
place
yours. Good?
Bophades will sort of like put his hands, well, you know, his default pose and say, "Nothing will happen to Bophades' companions as long as Bophades still draws breath."
It's good to know that. It's good to know, have verbal confirmation of that.
All right. So with that, she bids y'all adieu. And you are able to take a long rest here at the campsite. You all bundle up in, well, however you want to divvy up. There's 6 carriages. Some of them, they all fit a good like 4 medium-sized people in there. Some of them have extra space. One of them's empty, so everyone can just kind of spread out and rest how they see fit, if you even want to sleep in the carriages.
I'll definitely take up. I only need 4 hours, but I would like to spend a good chunk of time taking out my tome and recounting all the stories that I heard today and just seeing if I get any response via text.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, as you're kind of recapping on the events today, you hear the voice chime back in, says, This Strahd guy sounds kind of cool, right? Right.
I mean, you're not wrong. No,
Yeah, it's pretty sick.
It-
Got so
I mean,
like pissed and shit that he like made a whole like domain of dread. It's pretty wild, dude.
one might even say the ultimate prank.
Yeah,
Ah,
it was just a prank.
no, I don't think it was just a prank. I think he actually had some serious issues, maybe.
You're probably right. You're probably right.
But it's still fun.
Yeah, it's something to think about. Anyway, I'll let you get back to reading. You know, today was weird.
Every day's weird.
Sorry,
That's right.
who's this?
Is anybody with DAEDE?
Are we all sleeping in the same carriage?
I think it's kind of
You
on DAEDE if
you're
he
okay.
wanted to isolate.
I'm like if we're all in the same carriage, it's just gonna be like whispers. If I'm by myself, it's like louder. Like I'm not necessarily trying to hide it, but I'm not necessarily trying to be like, hey.
Mhm.
I just think he has a nervous tick. I don't think anything of it.
Yeah, so this is just DAEDE kind of like whispering to himself.
Hmm.
I would if Sandor's looking over at him, I would just look up and just shrug and be like,
Anxiety, what can you do?
Tell him, yeah, it's
Uh,
anxiety.
BOPHADES is passed out.
You just as when you
Is-
say that, I just kind of like, and then I just go back to scribbling.
I would go to BOPHADES and give him a little kiss on his forehead and say,
Good night, BOPHADES.
BOPHADES is like, BOPHADES.
tucking his little
BOPHADES.
BOPHADES.
Yeah. Well, y'all managed to take yourselves a long rest, waking up feeling refreshed at the Vistani campsite. And ending on a good note, that's where we'll stop.
Woo!
Hey.
Still alive. Still alive.
We made it.
Yeah.
Not next session, though. Next session, we're going to die.
Next session, we're gonna go to
horribly.
Ravenloft, meet Strahd, and die.
Who knows? Very well could be.
Yeah.
But anyway,
It's a mystery.
yep. So thanks everybody for tuning in and watching again. Like I said, you can still donate at the link, and the link below will be active for the entirety of this campaign, which I think is scheduled to. The link itself is somewhere mid to late April, and this campaign will go. Who knows? Who knows? But so yeah, donate. Again, we have a 10K goal. We're at a nice and even 2,500 right now. So thank you guys very much. That's very
Hey.
cool.
All right. All
Hey.
right.
We're a quarter of the way there.
Yeah. And then popcorn style, we're going to go around, and
Nice.
my lovely cast are going to give you a quick elevator pitch on who they are, what they're doing, what they're up to, and plug whatever they want. So let's start with Dan.
Hi, I am Dan. You can find me at the Dan Rudd or at Boy Hero Band. I sing in said band, and yeah, that's about it. Popcorn Octo.
Hey, what's up? I'm Octo. You can find me on MySpace and Friendster. Also, check out my Zanga if you're interested.
Ooh, the Zenga,
Um,
nice.
Yeah. I'm an exclusively Cartoon Network's Fusion Fall streamer. You can find me streaming that pretty much every single day, except it's mostly just me recording my computer screen with a webcam and then just uploading the video to my Zanga and embedding it there through Google Video. Popcorn Brett.
Hi, I'm Brett ULTIMUS. You can find me on twitch.tv/Brett ULTIMUS. You may have seen a couple of times. I got a cute little raccoon emote. You can subscribe over there. And I play games. All games. Any games. Games. Popcorn to Hunter.
Hey, I'm Hunter, aka Dookie Shed. It might say that down somewhere here. I got nothing going on right now, so don't even worry about it.
Nice.
Don't worry about it, yo.
Cool,
I'm in
cool.
a game called Plague Winds of Ravenloft. You can catch me on Mondays.
On Mondays at 6 p.m.
Pacific
Yeah,
time.
that's what I'm doing.
Nice, cool. Well,
Popcorn Nate.
oh, yeah. Hi, I'm Nate. I'm the Dungeon Master, and this is, my channel. So I'm pretty sure most of you know what I do. But actually, a fun thing, sometime, hopefully this week, there's going to be a new song going up that may or may not have Mr. Dan Rudd in it from Boy Hero. Who knows? So yeah, that's a fun little thing to look forward to. Aside from that, I've got a new cover album coming out. So feel free to pre-order it. It's called Thanks for Mark Covers. And you can pre-save
Where's
it.
the vowels?
There's no vowels. It's emo. There's no vowels. Yeah, and you can.
So it's Eam.
Why aren't there any vowels,
Mm.
Nathaniel?
Who needs vowels? Nobody. You can figure it out from there. And yeah, thanks for tuning in, everyone. Again, the link will remain live. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you guys next week. See y'all around.
Later. Bye-bye.
Bye.